to the channel. Here we are again. Gonna hopefully put Joe back together today. So what we were waiting on was freewheeling pulley for the front of the alternator and that, the regulator. As you can see, the bushes that sit to the centre pin controlled by the pulley are slightly off shape. They should be, according to the manual, 20mm of free plane bush. This one's fine, that's got the required length. Obviously this one doesn't, so this is the part that we've had to replace. This was causing the charging issues. Managed to get a direct replacement for it, which is good. That's all now fitted, ready to go, along with the new pulley. There is a little bit of corrosion on, that's not going to focus, on that centre pin just there, but obviously the new one is fine. The pulley seems not too bad, but we had a new one, so we've changed it. So that's where the regulator sits. So you have to take off these two studs and that screw that lifts that cap off, and there's a couple of screws behind that to hold the regulator on. And then, as you can see, nice brown shiny new freewheeling pulley. Hopefully this should cure the problem. Hopefully. God, I hope so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you back up in front of Joe. I'm going to show you the little trick that I learned as a spatial awareness exercise. That comes out of a better hole than having to drain all the coolant, amongst other things. So give me 2 seconds to set this up. Facing her. Okay, right, so the alternator lives here. Let me actually let me get you a better picture of it. Look, let's get that out of the way. So the alternator lives there, alright, on top of the air conditioning compressor. Okay, there's all sorts of other stuff like the power steering pump that all lives on top of it, and then you've got the fans, etc., all live here blocking access. Now to get the alternator out of that hole, according to the manual and every video that you watch, this also has to be out of the way, which is your coolant hose, your top coolant hose. Doesn't. I'm going to show you. I'll put you back up on the stand, and then I'm going to show you what we did. Okay, so grab it. Right, now as a spatial awareness exercise to the lorry driver, I can't go past, this rather big lump comes out here. So just be careful with all your wiring looms and everything and that. And then as you can see, this, it just slides straight across into the hole. And then all you've got to do then is a little bit of sticky pokey, and there it is, goes in the hole. So much easier than draining all the coolant. To drain the coolant, there's a drain plug on this side under the front. It's a plastic lug. I'll wait for a plastic lug that comes across. You got to be careful with it, obviously, because if you strip it, it's knackered. It's a little bugger. You don't need to drain it. So this is a job you can do yourself. It's 3 bolts that hold it on, which are these three. So short one goes at the top from that aspect. These two go in the bottom, which hold the air conditioning compressor in place as well. They're a sod to get in, see these ones, but with a little bit of patience and that, they will go. So if you can see this, let's see if I can get a slightly better shot. So that's let me move that hand out the way. So there's one, there's two. So they're just going at the front. Alright, you just gotta, that's a dick to get inside. And then this one just goes in. There's a hole just there to go in. And that goes in there. And then sorry about the tractor in the background. There, which then makes getting this one in now a little bit more possibility. There it goes. Yeah, right, they're in. So they're 12mm bolts. 12 mils. Don't do them up too tight because they do need torquing. Goes up to 24 foot-pound. The two compressor bolts at the bottom, which you also have to release, and then this one on the side, which is a bit of a pain in the neck. There. 13mm nut to go on the top of the main lead from the back of the alternator. Space is a bloody premium in there. I haven't because they're not there to get to otherwise. And then, yeah, just these nipping up, and that's that done. And then, if you can see it, we'll just zoom in a bit more. So you got right there, this one, there it is, there, that just gets clipped into that spade that I showed you before. It's all nice and clean, and now that's essentially the alternator backing together. All we've got to do now is thread the belt. So if you can see, there. Okay, so that's the direction that the pulley all has to go. So it's over the big one at the back. Over the alternator that we've just done. Down and round. Cam. Not the cam, the aircon. That side. And he's in the way. Trapped it. So not all mechanicking is plain sailing. Sometimes you do stuff and you have to go back and suddenly fish it out because Now, that was my phone. And you have to find all of these wonderful things. Nah. And then you realise you got it on wrong. Right. Schoolboy error. So, power steering pump. Is that way round? This now makes sense, doesn't it? Makes lots of sense. So put it in the right bloody orientation. Okay, now it makes sense, you see, because that sits there in that little hole. Now it makes sense. So I will leave that bit in. So, damn it, my system's busy. Oh, Rachel's not very well. So, she's up here studying for her masters, and to become a teacher. And yeah, she's not very well. She's working in a school locally at the minute. Jocelyn, our other one's hard working at the minute. She's gone back to uni in January to do her end of her second year at uni to studying. Or she'll go kick me if I get this sort of philosophy. And then Chloe, our third eldest, is at uni in Ipswich studying to be a paramedic, and Jonathan is now the youngest. Unfortunately, I say youngest, he's 17. Right, he's studying at sixth form. So very proud of the kids. Very proud of the kids. So that just lives there. Now the fun part, getting the bloody belt back on. Yeah. Right, the belt will come back to. So, power steering hose. Okay. Goes under there. Make sure the seats nicely, and then that you do not cross thread this bit. Okay, do not want to cross thread that. It gets wound in by hand and only by hand. Alright, and then once you've got it done, then and only then you put a spanner on it. Not beforehand. Not beforehand. Okay, so okay, sorry, small interlude there, I just realised the battery had died. So, sexy headdress on. Right, so we've got this bloody pipe in. Let's see if yeah. Let me move you this side now. you can see a bit better. Right, so we took the fan back out because it was just in the way. Trying to get that pipe on. So, round 2 for the fans. Feed them in. Get them seated position. Right, so there's a plug on both sides. Fix it. Bolts hold it in. 10mm bolts. May or may not have them. Just 2 10mm bolts. Hold that in place. There. There's you don't lose it. Right. That's all nice and secure. Then you can start to secure up your pipes and your electrics that all feed off of this. Okay, so like this. Okay, sits there. There's a lead there. Yeah, I've got to search for them. You go into there, and then this vacuum piece here sits just there. With massive, some unknown reason, Torx screws. They are indeed T20s. I've only got 1/4, so right. And then you've got your fresh air going in. Sits in. Just keeps nice. And then the last one to go on, pipe wise, is your boost hose. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh God, all over the shop now. Right. So, I don't know if you're going to be able to see how bloody hard that is to get to down there. Okay, so there's that Jubilee clip. There's an arse. So what I seem to do on this bit is to put this little pipe back in this little holder up there, and then we can have another reconnect in there. Oh, let me get that out of the way. So then we can try and get this freaking thing back in, and then we can get that bloody belt back on. Right. So here we go again. Trying to forget to put these on. You don't want to forget putting that on. It's hard enough as it bloody is. That back over there, that just gives us a bit of wiggle. So, there's the boost pipe that sits on that one and down here. So, this is what you find is that one side goes on and then the other side bloody doesn't. There we go. No, not quite. There we go. She's in. She's in. Bring the Jubilee up. And then we'll do it. Right, that's that job done. So, back with the T20s. Okay. One and this one. Okay. And done. That's all back together. This is solid. We won't know if we've got any leaks until such time as we fire it up. That's a problem. Right. Now for the fun part. Get that belt on. So smooth your back over here for a bit of a jiggle. There. And right, for this you need 9/16, and what you're aiming for is a pulley tensioner. Oh, this is the easier part with the wheel arch out, but for obvious reasons, having just spent ages fishing sodden clean place, it's decided to run away. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave it for here because I want to check my brakes anyway, which is a handy thing. So what we're going to do is maybe tomorrow night we'll get the corner jacked up. We'll take the wheel arch out and then we can show you all the gubbins down this side properly. So for now, let's do this and turn that off. Sexy headdress. So for now, that's way too easy. Oh, that's even worse. Let's get back out. As you can see, it's getting dark behind and that. So thanks for watching. Do give it a thumbs up. I'm off to get clean, and this has been a Doris production, working on Joe for a change. So